Transfer deadline day, live here on West Ham Unofficial. It's the best place to be. Now let's get into it. This is West Ham Unofficial. Come on, you Irons. We are here to bring you all of the latest West Ham transfer news here on Transfer Deadline Day. I'm suited and booted, ready to go. Jim White 2.0 is here. It's gold dots, but it's going to be yellow for today. I'm joined by my partner in crime, the main man, James. How are you?
All good, mate. Loving life. Yeah, I mean, not in the suit or boot, but I'm in the urban look.
James certainly is. What an entertaining morning it has been, and what it's been overnight. So West Ham, James, have not messed around and got the first, got our first deal of transfer deadline day, and hopefully not the last, over the line bright and early at possibly the earliest possible time to get it out of the way. The signing of Vlasic was announced officially and confirmed by West Ham United at 9 a.m. this morning. Early doors, it's been announced. James, your thoughts on West Ham signing of Vlasic?
Unreal, isn't it? Getting done that early and getting done that fast. I'll be real. I'll be on my own personal opinion. I don't get the Vlasic one. I really do not understand it. He's a good player. Like, he played all right in the Euros. Right, done really well in the Euros by the looks of things. But I just don't understand it. I really don't. And if Lingard does come, to me, that is us playing false nine. That's a false nine. When Antonio is injured, because he will get injured, we will go as a false nine. And that, to me, is a dangerous game if you don't know how to play it. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But it's a good signing. We've got him on a 5-year or 6-year deal, I believe. So even better. Yeah,
indeed. 5-year deal. Vlasic is signed up for all the way until 2026.
Unreal.
I think now let's talk about Jesse Lingard slightly. No one knows what's going on. Whoever you listen to, we're not going to go into all of that jazz. But do you think this is now said to Jesse Lingard, you're probably not going to come now, or do you reckon we're still trying to pursue this deal on top of Vlasic?
I'll be surprised if Lingard comes with him. That will shock me. If we sign Lingard with him, then
that shows intent.
That shows to me that like we've got options off the bench then to come on and change the game. Will the Lingard thing happen? I've called it, Jake. I called it from the start. I said to you, this deal goes all the way to the final day of the transfer window, right? I've also said, and I said it numerous times, and people kept shooting me down, that it wouldn't surprise me if Man United offer him a deal for a year, they loan him back to us for a season, so they can get their full whack.
It's all coming out on Twitter. Yeah, could happen. I see who's in the chat though. The disabled team are watching both of you and Daya. So is Daya still live? Oh, dearie me.
He loves it.
West Ham fans, Zach, Kral and Czech Republic are playing Belarus at home, then away to Belgium, then home to Ukraine. Thank you very much for that. So we'll get onto Alex Kral later on. Kent says, Jake, I reckon 2 more loan deals. Yeah, we've got 2 more domestic. Is it 2 more domestic loans? I don't know.
Yeah,
and then we've got the foreign loans as well. Morning, everybody. No more incomings, I think. I think we will see at least one more Sharky. Hope you are both good. Yes, we are indeed. Come on, you Irons. Lingard could still happen. It very much could still happen. Moving past those then, let's talk about Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I don't know what's going on with this story personally. I haven't read every single... It depends who you listen to. He's a midfielder who was at Fulham last season, didn't really light things up massively. But could it provide cover? Do you think for the likes of Rice, Souček, Noble, and it looks likely that perhaps Connor Coventry could be going out on loan to Peterborough as well?
See, I don't understand that one either. I really don't. I'm not being like sort of sitting there being negative or anything like that. But who would you rather have? And I've asked the chat this. Would you rather have a Rufus Loftus-Cheek or Connor Coventry? For me, I'd rather have Connor Coventry. I've seen enough of Rufus Loftus-Cheek for the last 2 years now when he was at Palace and Fulham. And he's a good player on his day, but his day is very few and far between. Do you know what I mean? So I don't really understand this one. Again, if we sign him, I'll back the man because obviously there's a plan there. But to me, I think midfield, I think we've got sewn up. I think we've got Aqua in there who could come in, who could be a talent. Forson's a good player. We've got Lanzini, Noble, Connor Coventry, Souček, Rice. And even Fornals can go back there and play midfield because that is naturally what he is. He's a number 8. So we've got enough cover there, in my opinion. So the Rufus Loftus-Cheek one, I don't know, not for me.
Yeah. David Moyes has been speaking about Nikola Vlasic. He says, I was really impressed with how determined Nikola was to become a West Ham player. It's that hunger and ambition that fits with what we are trying to build here at the club. It sounds positive, and it sounds like a West Ham type of player, doesn't he?
The only thing with it is who does he replace in the team? That is, if you was to pick your starting 11, who comes out for you and who puts him in? Because he don't like playing on the right-hand side. He likes going as number 10. So ideally, do you take out Fornals and put him in? The way Fornals, and I've always been a person who sits on the fence with Fornals, but this season I can't fault him in this season so far. But I think he's been absolutely first class. So, where does he play, Jake?
I've said he won't start against Southampton. I personally think Vlasic will not be in the starting lineup straight away. Whether it's to do with whether they're still out on international break for the Europa League game, or whether they just need a rest. One of the front four will be rested for the Europa League game, and Nikola Vlasic will come in. That's what will happen, in my opinion. He will play the Europa League game. We will get to have a good 90-minute look at him, and then David Moyes would then make a decision whether he thinks that he should come in for a couple of games. Maybe it's time to rotate. Give 1 week, give Benrahma a rest, give Antonio a rest here and there, and Vlasic can be just that player to just come on when needed if there's an injury or if someone needs a rest desperately. And it's almost a soother knowing that if one of the front four, worst comes to worst, gets injured, we have now got Nikola Vlasic there to come on in spite of Andrei Yarmolenko was the option today, and that was worrying.
I agree.
It's good. Peach, I've just sent you an email with the link if you want to come on to your email. So if you would like to come on, I know because I know you are suited and booted, my man. So I'll send you the link to your email that I usually send it to, so you can come on if you would like. Let's take some comments. Morning, Phil. Hope you are well. No to Loftus-Cheek for me. Morning, Simon. Rather keep Coventry than Loftus-Cheek. Would you be surprised and disappointed, or do you think it's a good thing that Coventry might go out on loan to Peterborough for a season?
I think Coventry's proven to me this week, this pre-season, that he can get a place in his team, i.e. from the bench or in a League Cup game, Europa League games, because there's going to be games where we're going to need our bodies in there. I don't understand the Rufus Loftus-Cheek one. I really don't. It's another one. I just don't get it. We've got enough midfielders there. I think we've got more than enough to cover 2 spaces. Because let's be honest, if anything, we need a striker at this club, and that's obviously we will move on to that in a minute. But the striker is the main thing. But I just don't see it. I'd keep Connor, mate, myself. I think Connor's done enough in pre-season to warrant being at West Ham this season.
News that came out last night as well, if we're going to stick on the youth, is Mipa Olubeko has gone out on loan to Huddersfield for a season. In tweet, West Ham have said that he's also signed a new contract with the Hammers, but for this season he's going to go and get some game time and go and play for Huddersfield. Is this a good move for him, a wise, smart move to extend his contract but send him out on loan for him to get game time? Is this wise for you?
Great move. Exactly what I want to see. I want to see this man go out, play in the Championship when he's going to be up against Championship defenders who are no mugs. Let's be real. Some of them are ex-Premier League defenders. Yeah. And he's going to be playing every week, or he's going to be playing every other week, or coming off the bench every week, and to try and prove a point. And that is what he needs to do. Many years ago, there was a young man called Jermaine Defoe who went to Bournemouth and scored over 30 goals in the season for Bournemouth. And he went on to have a really good career with us and with other clubs. This man could be the same thing, right? He could do the same thing. He needs to go get out there and score some goals, right? And he needs to play against competitive Championship players and not playing the under-23s where you're just putting your reserves in, basically, who are just there just to make up the numbers, so to speak. So, yeah, it's a great move. It's a great move. But to me, it's a great move if we bring someone in there to replace him. That makes sense. There's no point us going out and go and get Vlasic, for instance, and then we don't bring a striker in, because then we're basically, if anything, technically we've got no striker at the club, and that's not a good thing.
I hate to break it to you, James, but I think the answer is Armstrong Okoflex.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that's what we've got, to be honest with you. One thing that I did like in the Mipo Debecco deal, which I read, was we've got, is it some sort of clause to bring him back in January if needed? I think it's like a buyback or whatever they call it.
Oh, and it's a recall clause where he can come back at any time.
If needed.
But yeah, even then though, mate, I would leave him there. Leave him there for the season. He's going to be in a team, right? Huddersfield are a team this year that's going to struggle, right? They're one of the favourites to go down. Yeah, so if he can keep them up by his goals, yeah, that to me will prove a lot. The next sort of 9 months with Mipo Odebeki will tell me exactly where that man will be headed. If he scores 10, 15 goals in that league, yeah, and it's a tough league, and he's going to be up against good defenders each week because he's in a poor team, then to me, that will prove to me that he can manage at Premier League level, 100%.
Yeah, indeed. Lots of things are coming in about Alex Kral. We're going to talk about that in a second. Also, Divock Origi. So stick around. Keep your comments coming in on transfer deadline day. It's a busy one here at the West Ham official headquarters in Somerset and Dagenham and all around the world here. So we will keep on going with regular updates. If we sign a player, we will be here, and then with almost like a little. This is a morning update. We will be live this afternoon for an afternoon update, and then of course we will leave the nighttime stuff for the big boys to do. So that should be good. Right then, so let's take some comments. Loftus-Cheek, it's not a CDM, it would be a waste of a transfer, says Kent. Lanzini can play as an 8 as well, but he's also needed as a central defensive midfielder. I don't think he's, to be honest with you, I don't think he's as effective as a number 8 as a central attacking midfielder as he used to be now. I think his position is now solely going to be defensive midfielder this season. Do you agree, James?
He's cover. That man's cover. He shouldn't have even been coming on Saturday, really. But then it shows you how light we are. Just think about it for a second. If we had Lingard in there and Vlasic, for instance, Lanzini don't come on. They come in before him. So, yeah, Lanzini, he's cover, mate. He's good for the Europa. I think he'll do well in Europa, especially against them slower type teams. He will dictate the play a little bit better. But, yeah, that's all he is this season. He's a cover, mate.
Yeah, I agree. Let's take some more comments. Ian says Portuguese press saying, West Ham are trying to sign that guy on loan from Porto today. There's reports everywhere from abroad, Ian. I haven't personally heard it, so we'll just have to wait and see if anything comes from that. Vlasic can play up front if necessary, which is a good sign as well. Frizzy's in, hope you are Frizzy. Totally agree, James. Coventry deserves a shot in the first team. Gary says, I think Chelsea might see Loftus-Cheek as a bargaining chip for Rice next season. Honestly, we're not going to have to hear this now. With Man United of Chelsea, we'll have Lingard, we'll 40 million plus Rice. Ooh, this rubbish. But you know,
he wasn't. Rice didn't play that good on Saturday, though. From what I was it, you know what I mean? So, I wouldn't worry about that. You know what I mean? They can all talk. If they want him, they know what the fee is. It's 100 million. If Jack Grealish can go for 100 million, Declan Rice is younger and one of the best midfielders in the league can go for 100 million all. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Let's take some more comments. Ian says Chelsea want £10 million for Loftus-Cheek, so the deal is off. Take it or leave it. 10 million, James.
Not for me, mate. Not for me. He's done nothing. He's done nothing. His last 2 loan deals, like, what it is with Loftus-Cheek is he, as I said to you previous, he'll have one good game where he looks amazing, he'll dominate, and he's phenomenal. Then he'll go missing for 5. And what we want a player who can go 5 games phenomenal and 1 game go missing. Do you know what I mean? That's the difference that we want this season. So no, not for me.
Right then, James, I want you to set a like target. We've got 47 people watching.
47 people watching. We'll start off with a 25.
Let's try and get that 25 likes. So hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. It'd be greatly appreciated. This tie is very uncomfortable. It's a big tie. It's a men's tie as well. As you can see, it's not very long, but you don't have to see that. But all you need to see is from here upwards, so that's all right. There are rumours about Alex Kral on loan. We will come to that in just a second. RLC is rubbish, says Pedro. WHG58 says Coventry needs constant competitive match play as a loan player to a championship side. I'm all for Loftus-Cheek to West Ham for a loan period. I think Moyes will get the best out of him. I do think Moyes will get the best out of him. It's just on David Moyes. If David Moyes signs him, I'll say, yeah, fair enough, do it. That's fine. But it's completely up to David Moyes. We've got to have full trust in David Moyes. West Ham fan Zach says Lanzini is good in them positions because he rarely gives the ball away. Would you agree with that, James?
I agree, but then we need more than just Lanzini. Lanzini's coming to an age now and coming to a part of his career that we ain't going to get the Upton Park Lanzini. Or the Lanzini that we sign, we're getting an older Lanzini where he's got to develop his game. So for me, he as a midfielder, a deep lining midfielder, he can get the ball and pass it and get it out. I will say one thing: for how good Souček is, and Souček's amazing, by the way. Yeah, Lanzini, when he gets the ball, he can get them passes out. He's got the technical ability to go right. He can find them passes away for the players. So I don't know. As a deep lining midfielder, like, I think he could do a job.
Let's have a look here. Pedro says he goes missing. He wasn't good at Fulham. Where's Cameron's gone? There we go. I'd rather keep Coventry than sign Ruben Loftus-Cheek. I think most people would. Right, let's get on to Alex Kral now. So is Kral back now or question mark? Right. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know whether this is true. Personally, my opinion is this is recycled rubbish just for clicks. But it's the Russian side of things that are saying lots of people saying different things, and now some people saying that the Russian side have rejected a loan, and now a loan for an option to buy is going on. James, where are you with this situation? Do you believe it's true, or do you think it's all about the clicks?
I don't know. It wouldn't surprise me because we know what we're like with our transfer business. We haggle and haggle and haggle until we can get the best deal going. Again, it's the same with the Rufus Loftus-Cheek thing. Obviously, Kral's a better player in my opinion than Rufus Loftus-Cheek, but I think it could be resurfaced transfer speculation that is nothing, in my opinion. Do you know what I mean? So I don't know. Again, we're going for a midfielder when we need a striker, and that is the main. This window today, we need a striker at this club. I don't care if it's a bootleg striker from like somewhere out in Europe. Like we need someone to come in and cover Antonio because we can't rely on wingers to keep doing this job because we, as I say, and I know I'm moving off the Kral situation at the minute, but false nine, Man City can do it because they've got £1 billion of talent on the pitch. Can West Ham really do it? That's the question. But for Kral, that's a non-starter for me.
Yeah, Phil says Ronaldo officially at United now. He is indeed. Ashby to go out on loan, perhaps. I don't think Ashby will. I think he'll stay, but we will just have to wait and see. Our Peach has got the link, so hopefully he's going to come on. Maybe Loftus-Cheek, nah. The disabled team's going to hit the like button. Thank you very much. The biggest transfer news this morning is Swansea striker Jamal Lowe having medical at Bournemouth. I wouldn't mind him actually. I know you're having a joke, Phil, but he's a good player. I wouldn't mind him as a striker personally. Go on, James.
The one I was disappointed that we missed out on is Dan Juma. Scored at the weekend for Villarreal. 21 million. And we let him. We didn't get him through the door. But Jamal Lowe's a good player, mate. They do Bournemouth a good turn, and they've got Scott Parker there, who is a good manager and all.
Definitely. Jason says Ruben Loftus-Cheek bossed us when we played Fulham last season. We won the game, but he was a serious threat. He was by far the best player on the pitch that day. But he just hasn't done it regularly enough. John says I'd rather get a left back than Loftus-Cheek. I agree. Let's come on to left backs then. I sent you a message with a left back earlier. There's about 3 left backs floating around. Tagliafico seems to be dead in the water now. And there's other rumours bouncing around with it. Do you believe that a left back will be signed for West Ham by 11 o'clock tonight, James?
I honestly don't know. It's what we need, though. I can't stress enough that if we don't get a left back in and Cresswell goes down, I think all the fan base will go mad. Go like, what is going on? Because they've had enough time now to get a left back over the line. The Ajax player, I was out yesterday. I see the link, £12 million. I thought, what a signing that is. Like, that's a great. He's a decent player. He's been touted at Man United, Chelsea, amongst other places. Then I find out that it's agent talk. It's fake news, and I'm like, here we go again. We need a left back, mate, and we do need a left back. And I can't stress enough how much we do need a left back. But it has to be the right one. Will we get one? I don't know. I've got a funny thing. We might. I think they must know that they need one because they're in the market. They're looking at a foreign loan for the left back. That's why I don't believe Kral will come here on loan because I think we can only have 2 domestic loans abroad. Is it?
Yeah.
And one of them's already here in Areola, so we've got one more left. So I can see a left back coming, but who it is, I've got no idea.
Definitely. Right then, so it's 10:30 now, 9:30, 8:30, 7:30, 6:30, 5:30 in the morning, Peachy boy.
I'm coming to you live from the Canadian correspondence of West Ham Unofficial. I'd like to say that you've signed Vlasic. What are your thoughts on that, James and Jake?
Go on, James.
Honestly, mate. And if you want me to be honest, I'm not being negative. Yeah.
You don't like him. You don't like him, dog. Straight up, admit it, dog. You don't like the man.
Will you, have you just got out of court or something, or what? Right, listen.
The neighbours must hate Peach. 5:30 in the morning, shouting and hollering.
I don't care, dog. I don't care. They can have it. Yo, I'm just interested in this Vlasic thing, man. I think he's going to be
Vlasic,
good for us,
Peach, Vlasic is a good signing, right? He's a good signing for us. But where does he... Right, if you was picking your starting 11, who do you take out for Vlasic?
Somebody to come off the bench, because we didn't have nobody that came off the bench against Crystal Palace. It was disgusting.
Yeah. See... And that's the answer. Like, he's a bench player for me.
Yeah.
He's good. He's a good signing, but we need a striker, mate. And I can't stress it anymore that we need a striker through these doors because the drop in class from Antonio down to Yarmolenko is miles. miles away, right?
Yeah.
Yarmolenko should be loaned out. Right, if we can't sell this man because of his contract, he should be loaned out to somewhere else. Yeah, and we should be bringing a striker in on loan or a permanent deal, and that is what it should be. Good signing, Vlasic, but for me, 30 million or 30 million euros, we could have spent that on a striker, like Danny Ings or someone like that. That's my opinion.
Yeah, that shit passed though, didn't it? That shit passed. It's like we like Origi. Would you bring Origi in?
We'll come on to Origi because that seems to be recycled back up into the mix again today,
Yeah,
which I'm not surprised by. Would you take Origi on a loan with an option to buy now, James? I would.
I would sign Origi right now, mate.
Yeah.
I don't understand when people say he's rubbish.
I agree.
Right? How can you judge him when he's coming off the bench for 10 minutes, 15 minutes? Everyone done that last year with Ben Rama. Look at him now. Right? You can't judge this man, right? You don't go and play the Belgian national team if you're rubbish, right? As for starters. I think he's a talent, mate. And I think whoever nicks him out of Liverpool has got a player there who'll score goals. He scores, like, to me, he scores 10, 15 goals a season if he's starting games. Like, he can score goals. But, yeah, for me, it's a no-brainer, mate. Go and get him out of Liverpool.
Here we go. Let's bring our next guest on. Here he is. Luke, how are you, mate?
You right?
There he is.
James, where's your tie?
I've got my tie.
Yeah, James, where's your tie?
Mate, I'm not going to court. I'm not going to court till Tuesday next week.
Oh dear! I can see Peach getting arrested now for shouting and hollering at 5:30 in Canada in the morning.
You got back. You got
I'm all dressed up for it, dog. So let's have it.
I've got to admit though, Peach. I will say this before we sort of carry on. Your energy, mate. Even though you're abroad, yeah, and you're like to be up at this time in the morning. That's how passionate you are for our club, and I've got to give you plaudits for that, mate.
Pat on the back.
Enough respect, dog. Enough respect, mate. Say, yo, I made sure I had an early tip so I could come on and do these things straight up.
Brilliant. We'll go through it then. Luke, where do we start? Vlasic, good deal, bad deal? What are your thoughts?
Good deal, mate. Good deal. Great deal. I'll ask you, do you think he could be like our new Arnie? You know, like is Moyes looking at him in the future thinking we'll start him as a winger and then eventually we'll use him as a striker and convert him maybe?
Yeah. Yeah. Might be. I've just seen you put on Kate on Force Ride stuck with Pete on Kate's channel.
They've just hit 800, so big congratulations to them. They've just hit 800.
Stuck with Peach again. Everywhere Luke goes, Peach is there. Everywhere he goes, but
everywhere I go,
people want to know Peach is there.
Peaches in the building, Peaches in the building, rah. Yo, Luke, how many subscribers do you have now, dog?
We hit 3,500. We hit it. We did it. Yeah. Hopefully we can get 4,000, mate. We only need like another 450. We might do it. Today.
Brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. Right, I'm going to ask you all the same question now, and it's an intriguing question.
What's that, man?
Oh, here we go.
Haller and Lingard are money well spent in the end. Do you agree? Zuma and Vlasic, is that money well spent from the Haller and Lingard deals? I'm going to start at the top with James. Your thoughts?
Zuma, yes. Vlasic, I'm not too sure, mate. If I really am, like, we're going to pay 30 million. I know everyone's saying it's a good signing. It is a good signing, but if we would have went out and got a striker for that, like a Danny Ings, for the same money, then I would have said that's great business. Like you've signed an attacking midfielder and a defender for Lingard, who's a winger, and Haller as a striker. So we're still light up top. But yeah, I'd say out of 10. If I was rating out of 10, I'll give it an 8.
Paige, what would you rate it out of 10? Haller and Lingard out, Zuma and Vlasic in.
Haller and Ghana. So Ghana didn't really do too much, did he? He went to West Brom and really didn't show up. So yeah, that's good money. Haller, I wanted to get rid of him after I seen him 2 times play because I thought he was super. So it's like, yeah, that's good money. Uh, for Zuma and Vlasic,
You can show that. Oh,
I know James ain't a fan of Vlasic,
See all the
dog,
DMs
but
from his
James is
girlfriend,
like,
see all the
Mr.
DMs.
Fever, no, hold on. Mr. Fever is like looking at the James at Everton. He's a different James, though. He's a Vlasic toy. He's a different Vlasic stock. He's a different Vlasic. Like, he was 19 when he played for the Blues. He's like, what? I don't know. He's older now. So, like, yo, man. No, I think that's the funny thing. What up? Yeah, 100. Yep.
Luke.
Yeah, I forgot what the question was. No, I'm joking.
Yeah.
No, it's good. It's good deal. It's good deal. Zuma, like James said, good signing. We've upgraded. You know, Gonzo said it. If you had to look at our weakest position, you probably would have said Dawson, and we've upgraded that now. Got Vlasic in. We needed someone just for some cover there. But I'll go back to what James says all the time. You look at what is our next weakest position now is left back. We need to go and get someone. And that Tagliafico would have been fantastic if that was to happen. But, yeah, that would be the next one. If I was looking to try and get someone in, I would go for a left back now. That's probably our next weakest position if you went through our 11 now, our starting 11.
Yeah. I'm just sending the link to someone. So everyone, right, our target today, James, is to hit 1,800.
No,
What do you
2,000, mate.
think about
2,000. We're going
What
hard.
do you
We're
think
going
about
hard.
Tagliafico? Is he the real deal or no?
Hang on, Paige, 2 secs, hang on.
Venezuela thing, how you mean? Like, yo, Venezuela
We're
thing.
hitting 800. We're not in 2,000 today. So the target is 1,800, James, not 2,000, because we're not going to hit 2,000 today.
You might.
Well, you never know. You never know.
If you aim higher, you touch the sky. Let's go for 3,000. No, I'm joking. 1,800 it is. Peach,
you never know. It might be 2,000 because I'll be making an appearance later on someone else's channel, which might help it out. You never know. But
get yourself out there, mate. That's what I'm doing today. Every channel.
Yeah, I'm going. So we're currently on 1,768.
Like, share, subscribe if you're new to the area. You know what I mean? Peach looks like he's just come off shift.
Have you guys spoke about the Kral rumours?
Yeah.
So apparently if Coventry goes on loan, it looks like Alex Kral will come in, apparently.
I don't understand this one though, Luke. And I said this to Jake. Right, Connor Coventry had a really good pre-season. Right, really, really good pre-season. And I've heard the same rumour in regards of him going to Peterborough, but I've heard the rumour about Loftus-Cheek coming in and all. Now, I don't understand that because you got a player who's already at the club, and then we're going to loan someone just to replace him, which makes really no sense. Like, you've already got a player there. So yeah, the Kral one. I think it's circulating news again. If I'm honest, I can't see that.
Antonio, here he is.
What's happening, lads? You all right? Oh shit!
Oh, here we go.
There's the OG. OG is in the building. How do you mean? So where's the do at, Mark? Where's the
I was trying to find a tie. But due to lockdown, my neck's got so fat I can't find one to go around my neck. So.
Anton is our new 40 mil striker. Anton is our new 40 mil striker.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Oh dear.
So you've seen the? I just heard James there talking about the rumours kicking about Alex Kral.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't put it. There's that thing on Twitter. I mean, I don't know what to believe these days, but they're saying that it could be a loan to buy, but it would make sense if Coventry goes out to Peterborough, which I heard what you said, James. Yeah, it's a bit of a odd one when you've got a ready-made kind of young lad there who should be able to, from what we've saw, make a step up. So
Yeah.
unless Moyes is just wanting to send him out and give him another year, a bit like Meeple. I think the Meeple is a very good one. I think that's good for Meeple, but wait and see.
Yeah. Do you think it's another recycle rumour with Divock Origi, Anton?
Probably. I mean, listen, let's be honest. We're probably going to hear how many names today? How many names are we going to hear today between now and 11 o'clock? So all the old names are going to crop back up.
Yeah.
So all the old names will crop back up. And I mean, do I think Moyes would have a slight interest in Origi? Yes. Do I think he's going to try and sign him? He might not, but I think we've said this many a times. I think you can tell the ones that are genuine compared to the ones that aren't genuine. My concern about, say, the likes of Loftus-Cheek is he on 170k a week at Chelsea?
Something like that, yeah. So there's a lot of money.
I didn't know that. I heard James talking about like I was waiting for high. I didn't know it was that high.
Apparently, Fulham paid less than half of his salary when he was on loan. So Chelsea covered most of his salary. Would Chelsea do that again? I don't know, but that means that West Ham would be paying nearly £90,000 a week, and I just don't know if that's a player that they need to be spending that amount of money on, to be honest. And that's why I think that one could be.
I think he's worth it. I think he's worth £90,000 a week. He's better than Yarmolenko. Yarmolenko's getting like 120 or 100 and like whatever. Like, I pay that for Loftus-Cheek, 100%.
Yarmolenko's Yarmolenko, though.
No, I named him a new name. What was it, man? It was on it was on whatchamacallit, Sports Command. Heck, what was it? Yarma Hexno. There you go. That's his new name. Yarma Hexno. Straight up. I got you, dog. I got you, Jake. Yarma Hexno, man.
Right.
The feds are coming. Get out of quick.
They're coming for me again, dog. They're coming for me again, dog.
That's me, son.
Again.
That's me, son. I couldn't resist. Sorry, I couldn't resist.
Oh, mate, I am screenshotting this, and this is going straight up on YouTube, Twitter.
Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Right. A final question then. And James, I'll start with you. How many more players are we bringing in before 11 o'clock tonight?
Go on, James.
2 more. I think a left back. I think a left back will come. We need a left back. Like I can't stress it enough. Like how many times I keep saying it. We need a left back because we've only got one left back who can defend.
That's
a
it.
left back, and there's one more. It could be one of many. Do you know what I mean? One thing I will say is that I do hope we bring a striker in of some fit, because if we don't, the drop off in class from Antonio down to whoever is night and day. So yeah, I'm going to say 2 more. I'm optimistic. So.
Yeah, but James, don't you see how we're playing? Like with that false number 9 role, like. We're playing where everybody can score. Like I do agree with you. I do agree with you, homeboy. I do agree with you. We do need a striker, but you see how Moyes is playing. Like he wants that false number 9, like 26 times. So like man can just come in and like score goals. But we do need that focal point. And if Antonio gets done in, we don't have that focal point. So yeah, no, I agree with you. We should have got Adam Armstrong or like Tony, man. But whatever. Origi, I'm down.
I'd take personally. I'd be happy now if we sign a left back and Lingard. I would be. I'd be happy with a left back and Lingard now.
Yeah, but James is right though. We do need that striker, dog. We're not
going to sign a striker.
You know what I mean? Like, who's the striker though? Like, I want somebody nobody's ever heard of from Peru or like yo.
I thought we might have put a cheeky bid in for Edouard, but now he's off to Crystal Palace.
Yeah.
I just can't see it. Oh, here he goes.
That was 35 seconds ago.
He's just jealous he never got invited, Jake.
Should we invite him or
days.
not? Should we leave it still free? Should we invite him or should we leave it still free?
No, invite the
no,
man.
'cause- no.
How do you mean? Steliasu in the building. I want
I
my
gotta
blood
admit-
clot hoodie, dog. I
I
might
gotta
be
admit,
dressed up in the
this is
dicky
turning
do,
into 8
but I
mile
still
now.
want
Here
my
we go.
blood
Some
clot
of us
hoodie,
have
dog.
work to do. Some of
Straight
us have
up.
work to do. Here we go.
Man,
It's been so much work to do,
no
he's sick
hoodie,
watching this.
no hostage video, no
Yeah.
nothing, dog. How you mean, dog?
Oh dear. Right, Stel, put yes or no. Do you want to come on or not? I'll whack the link in if you want to come on and shout at
Yo,
Anton.
bring the man them on. Let me dress him down and ask the man them, where is my blood clot hoodie, dog? Me and CZ are waiting, dog. I ain't even playing with you. That's a
Right.
transfer today. Steliasu Aku putting out some money to get the hoodies done up, dog. Because if it was Anton would get the shit done. Anton done sent me a mug, dog. Homeboy's ill. Jake done sent me a DC-38 cap. Homeboy's done.
And we've got Peach. Right. Whilst Peach
Someone
gets
needs to go through every single channel and just put all these clips together through today.
Yeah.
It'll be the best video ever, most views on YouTube ever.
The Peach compilation.
Peach compilation. Anton, how many players are coming in and who are they going to be?
I'm hopeful for 2. I would be happy if we got 2 in. I don't think we are going to bring a left back in. I know people want us to, but I don't think we are going to bring a left back in. And I think I'm hoping it's Lingard as one to offer another threat up top. And you never know. I mean, I've made a big bold statement. If Sima is in the country and he is going to Brighton and he is £7 or £8 million and he does have training ground issues and he's got some attitude issues, you just never know if someone wants to hijack that deal. We know for a fact that we were interested in him before. He was one of those factual links because the president spoke out saying West Ham were in communication. It's just whether or not they would take a risk with him, etc. But I'm hopeful for 2, and I'd be happy if we got 2 in.
Yeah. And Luke to finish off.
Yeah, 2, mate. 2. I'd love 3. I would love 3. Like you say, left back would be brilliant. Lingard, I think, like what Anton was saying, he's probably a key one. But yeah, I wouldn't mind Origi either, to be honest with you, just for that striker option. I think he would do bits for us. I honestly do believe he would do a job for us.
Me too.
And then like you say, it could be any one of Loftus-Cheek, Barkley, Oxlade-Chamberlain. Any of those names could just be one of them ones we pluck out the hat as a last minute deal.
Yeah.
Where is Barkley?
He's
I don't care about Barkley. Barkley can go fishing, dog.
Has he gone back to Chelsea?
Yeah, I think so, mate. Yeah.
Of course.
Why? So he was on loan. He was on loan with Villa last year.
Yeah.
Quite a decent time there, did he not?
At the start,
Barkley is balling.
He's not got an injury record though, does he?
He started off well at Villa.
He
He started off very, very well at Villa, and he declined massively in the second part of the season. That's what I was hearing.
But he's like a project that Moyes. He's like the project that Moyes would take on.
Barkley can go fishing, dog. You what, Pete?
That was rude. That was absolutely out of order. Outside red card thing, dog.
Red card things. Here's a question then. 3 central midfielders put in front of you. You've got to sign one. Barkley, Loftus-Cheek, or Kral. Who are you signing? Let's go round. Paige, we'll start with you.
I ain't saying nothing because you were rude.
Peach is on boycott. He's off. Go on, Peach.
Loftus-Cheek.
Anton.
That's a tough one. I didn't even think about Barkley, to be honest. And I think Barkley's the sort of player that's gone under the radar a lot recently. And if Moyes had a hold of him, I wonder if he could work his Moyes magic on him. I mean, could you imagine a Barkley in a West Ham side performing at the top level that we know we can do? But then equally, we can say the same for Loftus-Cheek, because Loftus-Cheek is and has been English quality, English international quality. He's just dipped in form, but when he was performing at the highest level, he was one of the starters in the England setup. So, you know, and then Kral. I mean, I know, but the thing is, I've judged Kral slightly. Probably not the right thing to do on the Euros. I wasn't impressed with Kral on the Euros, but I've seen a lot of the stuff he's done at Moscow, and he does look like a decent player. But at the Euros, he did not impress me at all.
Luke?
So
yeah, I like Loftus. I do. I've been saying it on every channel I've been on. He's one of the rare players that I've seen bully Declan Rice as well. A couple of times against Chelsea, against Fulham, he's been one of the ones that's got the better of Declan Rice a couple of times. I like him. He's strong. He's dynamic. Yeah, probably him. It would be my top choice. If you could keep him fit, he's one of them. When fit, he's brilliant.
Definitely. Definitely. Oh, we've heard now that Silva is now on his way back to Greece. It's another youngster going out. I believe this is permanent though. He's never really done anything at West Ham. What's his name? He's about 25 years old, and he ain't done nothing, has he? Really? But James,
I saw him up at the train. I seen him up at the training complex, and he really looked lost. He didn't look comfortable in the full setup. He didn't. He really didn't. And young players were kind of running rings around him. To be honest, I wasn't impressed with what I saw of Silva, even in the training setup, let alone in the team.
That was at St. Andrews, wasn't it, Anton?
Yeah. I mean, that's me judging him on maybe 2 sessions. I watched him, but it just wasn't enough there in his locker. But also the fact that he's a couple of times I saw him he played a couple of the cup competitions, didn't he? And then he went away to Greece and played. I don't know what it was. I've just not been impressed. I think it's time for him to move on.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I remember when you went there. I remember when you went there, and you were really impressed. Sorry, with Baptiste and Elise. Baptiste and Elise. I remember, like, you were saying they were units, and like, you know, they were like, they were your whole family in that. And I remember you saying, like, Baptiste and Elise, they were like diamonds, and then 19, he like played with the defensive midfielders and all that. I remember that, so guys.
Yeah, they're definitely our future. Like, as long we've got them on 2 or 3 more year contracts, so they're definitely our future, like 100%. Although Stell said Alessi picked up a bit of a bad injury.
I heard.
Under 23s, 16 minutes.
Yeah. Picked up a bad
and they
one.
stretched him off after 16 minutes. He must have had.
That's awesome. Yeah, that's awesome. But apparently Ashby had a wicked game. Like, I love that, man. Like, that's good look.
I could see him going out on loan. Actually, I could see Ashby going out on loan because he does look like a good.
Yeah, I heard
he
City's might be linked with Rangers or Celtic today.
I seen a link with Celtic last night, and I went searching for it, and I couldn't see it anywhere. Someone put it in somewhere, and then I went trying to find I can't find it anywhere. Like, there's no news sources saying it, so I don't know where that one came from. But it would make sense to me. He's from Scotland, so it would give him first team football and European football.
Yeah, definitely. Luke, have you got a shoot, mate?
Yeah, I've got a shoot, mate, but I will be back later. If you're still on later, I'll pop on again later, mate. Hopefully more news later on for you.
Yeah.
Take it easy, lads.
Take
it easy, lads.
Big up, Luke, and subscribe to the Three Hammers.
Jake, I need to go, mate, as well, because I need to go. I am working, so I need to go to a meeting. So,
cheers, Anton.
Bye.
Right then, James. I got to ask that question. I forgot what the question was now.
Rufus, Loftus-Cheek, Ross Barkley, Alex Kral, and that is from your colour.
I see people listen, Doc. People using this both here, Doc. I love that.
Go on then, James.
I think Ross Barkley yourself, mate. I think if we can get the best Ross Barkley, if we get the Everton Ross Barkley, then we've got a good player there, 100%. All right, I think he can do a lot of damage. The Rufus Loftus-Cheek one, mate, he's been on 2 loans at Palace and Fulham, and he's done nothing. I know. Let's be honest here. Let's be honest. we want players to progress us, not not go the opposite. So it's one of them ones for me. I'd say Ross Barkley myself.
Yeah, let's take some comments before we go. I'm going to scroll up. The wise words of Stell on the West Ham Weekly. I'm going to scroll up and take some comments. Stell says, only one more coming in, likely to beat another midfielder. Let's scroll down. Gary says, Seema not a Moyes player for his attitude alone. Someone's getting excited. That comment was made at 10:43, so that's probably Peach getting excited. Peach is always excited, aren't you, Peach?
I'm always excited. When it's West Ham, dog, I'm always excited, dog. How do you mean, man?
Love it. Barkley's in the bank. Wacky Studios, a left back, Kral and Seema would be a dream come true. Fruity says it looks like we are getting Kral. I wouldn't read too much into it, mate, to be honest with you. Peach, what time are you due in court?
About like 5, 10, 15 minutes ago, dog.
All right, you're a bit late. Kral 100% says Yankee. See, differing opinions. I like it. Ruben Loftus-Cheek could be class for us. Moyes would get the best out of him. There we go. Brad says Kral is young, good sell on value. How old is Ruben Loftus-Cheek?
26, 27?
25, I think.
Oh,
WHG says, I'll have a look. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is 25 years old. So there's still a bit in it. Sullivan masterclass. Signing day, I can sense it. No, I don't. I think it's changed. I don't think. I mean, when Rondon came up yesterday, I thought, yeah, that is a Sullivan signing. But no,
I'm so glad we didn't get him. Like, I'm so glad we didn't get him. Like, yo, he's a good player and all, but not for us, man. Not for us. James, what do you think about Rondon, man?
Not for me, mate. Not for me at all. 31.
Yeah, me too, dog. No, me too.
Like, I understand it, but like, not for me.
No, it's like he's past his best before date. You know what I mean?
I disagree with Hammers Chatley. I think it's Gio. I think it's Gio in there. Yeah, he's got a good reputation, better reputation than he deserves. But he's done nothing though. Like, he got relegated with Fulham last year. Yeah. And what it is, he has too many games where he goes missing. That's the problem.
There is a good player there. There is a good player there, but it just doesn't come out regularly enough, I think.
Yeah.
But Moyes could get out, I think.
He's like a Canute. He's like a Canute. Like, Canute was dope when he wanted to throw up, but when he didn't want to throw up, lights went off. And I wasn't even about Rondon when we were supposed to get him the first time. Honest.
Too many games for Rufus Loftus-Cheek last season. I watched him, and he was just strolling about. He gets stuck in. He misses so many chances, though. Yeah, that's another thing that he does. He's not just that. He get chances and he doesn't put them away. Like, we look quite clinical this year, West Ham. Like, the front four look very, very, very good. Right?
I know, but under Moyes, like, I think he could be that player that he was.
But the question is,
my father disagrees with me. My father wants Lingard more than Loftus-Cheek. I want Loftus-Cheek more than Lingard, but it's like, and he brings up the same argument as you.
Hang on. Right. I just muted Peach for 2 seconds. Did you say Loftus-Cheek over Lingard, Peach?
No. Yeah, I did.
No, yes, I did.
I did. And my father's like, you're crazy. I was like, I already don't know that. But he's like, no, Lingard, when we were playing Crystal Palace, my dad was screaming out for Lingard. He was screaming out. He's like, that's the man we need. And I was like, we need Ruben Loftus-Cheek. And he's like, no. He's like, no, we don't. We need Lingard. And you know what? He brought up the exact same statements that James has brought up, like his time at Fulham, how he's not the same player that he was. And you know what? I have to respect that. I really have to respect that. But, like, respect myself when I say that I think Moyes should, like, get the best out of him. More so than Barkley.
Yeah, but the problem is with Rufus Loftus-Cheek is he's not consistent. And with West Ham at the minute, at the minute, West Ham are a consistent unit. Like, let's be honest, Yeah,
Yeah.
he's been at 2 loans now, right?
Yeah.
And he still can't leave Chelsea, because the reason
He
why he
ain't
won't
shown
leave
up, has he?
Chelsea
He ain't
is
shown up.
because
I
of the
get you.
wages that he's on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
to me, I think if you're signing a player,
Yeah.
or you're looking to sign a player, we've got to sign someone who's going to be better than what we've already got. And I
Yeah.
think Connor Coventry, and I've always been a critic of Connor Coventry, as Jake knows, yeah, and I've seen him in the flesh multiple times. But this
Yeah.
season, he's impressed me in a way that I can say, you know what, this player deserves to be in the squad with West Ham over this season. Like, whether or not he plays many games, but I do. Listen, if, for instance, Rice had to come off, for instance, and Connor Coventry had to come on, I would have a lot of confidence in Connor Coventry more than I would do a Noble or a Rufus Loftus-Cheek.
See, no, no. I think if Ruben Loftus-Cheek came on in place of one of them men's there, I think Ruben Loftus-Cheek would stand up. Honest. Do I think that's a position that we need to strengthen? We got Mancini, like up in the back. I want a dynamo player, like a player that's going to make a difference, run it, man, and like just trick things, switch things up, and we didn't have that. When we brought like Yarma Heckno and we brought on Lanzini, I had no confidence. We need, and Vlasic he's that player that could like come in and do the biz.
We're just going to take some comments before we go. Well, apparently, I don't know whether this is true or not. Spartak Moscow have confirmed that West Ham have put in an offer for.
See, Glenn, hold on, Jake. Sorry to butt in there. Glenn's put a comment in there. Glenn Marshall, right? And he's always the one who sort of got something to say. Coventry, has he impressed you? You can't judge anyone in pre-season. Yeah? Well, look at Ben Rama. Everyone thought he was rubbish. Everyone thought he was rubbish last year. Wanted him out the door. He performs in pre-season. Look at him there.
Yeah,
say no more.
100%.
Carry on, Jake.
We are only getting in one loan deal, max probably. Yeah. Tagliafico, Kral, and a forward, and I will be buzzing. I hate to break it to you, Sydney, but there's no Tagliafico coming in. I don't think.
No.
Is there any chance we can get St. Maximum?
No.
Only on FIFA.
Yeah, only on FIFA page.
That's what I'm saying. Like, wouldn't that be dope, though? Like, that would be dope, man. Can we St. Maximum? Like,
Peach looks smart, but got no cap. Where's your cap?
What do you mean? We got low cap. What low cap? What low cap?
Where's your hat?
Oh, no cap. I'm trying to look professional, dog. What do you mean? It's kind of the deadline day, dog. I ain't fever with the cap, dog. I'm like professional fever, dog. You know what I'm saying?
Professional fever.
Fever's hung over, mate. So fever's allowed.
Brilliant. Anyway, we're going to leave it there to just end it under an hour. If anything happens, and we'll be back with a roundup between 4 and 5 p.m. tonight, hopefully, if anything else happens. Drop a like on it, subscribe if you're new to the channel. Thank you very much for all of our guests for coming on. We've had Luke, Pete, James, Anton, the lot, and we will catch you very, very soon. Hopefully we're going to sign some more players, and we'll see you in the next one.
Hold up. Big up the 3 Hammers, big up Hammers Paul, and big up West Ham on the Fisher. You're done now.
Come on, you eyes, and we'll see you in the next one. Let's sign some players. Goodbye.